buy the rest of us ice cream. Okay, so that's an incentive to stick to the ground rules. And of course there will be exceptions, but we'll call them out as necessary. But this is something that we're hoping you manage for us, which is anytime somebody is in violation of any of these ground rules, or any new ground rules that we agree, you write up their name and put them up on the ice cream meter. And by the way, if you're on the ice cream meter, then there's an incentive for you to report other people as well, because otherwise you could be the only person buying everyone else ice cream. Okay, cool. So that's that. Two more things that I want to draw your attention to. This is going to be our place for feedback. Okay, so at the end of every session, we want you to give us feedback on how you think the session went. So what did you like? What did you dislike? Any ideas you have to improve the session, and anyone's effort that you might want to appreciate. And it could just be saying, hey, I appreciate Mobile Web Ghana for actually setting up this space or giving us extra computers to work with. It could be anything, right? But this is a little different. It's appreciation for somebody's effort or for the infrastructure that we have. Okay. So at the end of every session, we are going to take some time aside to write down this feedback. Again, the same rules. Use your stickies, 1 point per sticky, and put them up in a relevant quadrant. The parking lot. Sometimes we've got our sessions set up as 90-minute chunks, and certain discussions may be beyond the scope of that specific session. But if it is still important, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and write up a sticky and put it on the parking lot. However, we're hoping that you can drive us with the parking lot. And if you put up a sticky on the parking lot, then you find a way for us to address it during the next 7 days. Okay? So if something goes off topic, we'll put it up here. And then if you care about it deeply enough, then chase us and make us actually address that sticky. And last but not the least, I want to draw your attention to the code board. Every now and then people will say funny things, wise things, outrageous things, ridiculous things, and I'm guessing we'll have a bit of fun with that. So anytime something like that happens, do write up that person's quote with that person's name and put it up on the quote wall. Hopefully by the end of the program, we'll have a pretty funny list of things up there, and we can always look back at the program and remember that. Okay? Cool. Anything else that we wanted to cover in this introduction?
Can we go through these concerns?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure. Do you want to go through them?
Yeah. So the first one is effectively working in the mobile software industry as a non-programmer. Is that a concern or is that a hope?
It's a concern.
It's a concern that you will not. Okay, that's well. Hands-on training. Can somebody elaborate on that? It's a concern also. It's a concern, okay, that you will not get enough hands-on training?
No, to get enough hands-on training.
You do want to get enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So shall we rephrase that as a hope, that you're hoping for more hands-on training?
No, it's my concern that we get enough hands-on training.
Okay, alright, so it's not enough hands-on.
How can we connect to you, and I cannot make, after the session, so there is a word, or even after the session.
Is this about connecting with the four of us?
Yeah, after you are done and you need more resources or more info about what you have done, can we still connect to you?
Okay, sure, that's something that we can address.
And the last one is low coding background. Okay, that's a valid concern.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Excellent.
A couple more things just to elaborate on that. For some of you wrote your names on these stickies. You don't have to. Don't feel obliged to identify yourself. Some of the best ideas usually come about when people have the security and the safety level that, especially if you're voicing a concern. If you want to, by all means, you're free to do that. There's no censure of that kind of, if you want to volunteer your name. But don't feel obliged that you have to put your name.
Yeah.
And, shall I go ahead and explain this?
Yes.
Okay, so we obviously put this up first thing in the morning. This is the way we do work at ThoughtWorks. The innovations we were talking about, very transparent. They refer to Agile as the mode we work. One of the key things about Agile is we totally reflect what we're doing. There's no opacity, there's nothing hidden. We totally show everybody who cares, here's where we are, here's what we're doing. So this class is no different. We conduct this training class exactly like how we do a project. And one of the key things in a project is that we show our work, where we are, what is up front in front of us, and how are we doing? Are we keeping track, or something is amiss, or do we need to be concerned about it? So you can clearly see today, as Sumit had called out, the afternoon session is blank. And this is for the reasons that some of our partners, colleagues are not here, so we don't want them to fall too far behind. So today we only have these two, and there will be one more that we'll add up here, which is an afternoon session. And then we'll just keep this marker to kind of signify how we're doing, and this will just keep on moving as we proceed throughout the week. Some things may take a little more time, a little less time. You might move things around, especially as you give us feedback. So a lot of this, how this pans out, especially in view of some of the concerns about not getting enough coding time or hands-on time, a lot of this is actually governed by you. I want to make sure that you recognize that this is not set in stone. If you folks need more time on something, less time on something else, or are curious about something else, within the confines of the overall bracket of time that we have, this can change upon popular demand. So please do give us feedback, because that's our primary motivator and our primary impetus to change these things out. So,
cool. One last thing for this session, which was an introduction to the rest of the workshop, is I'd like your email addresses. So can you just write your email addresses on a sticky? Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't have enough space, so some email address are pretty long.
Because don't rewrite it. Yeah, you. Okay.
So why don't we just do this?
On this, and I'll pass it around.
Okay. Can't we just do it on stickies? Everyone just gives us a sticky? Yeah, so just everyone just write your email address on a sticky and then pass it back to me. And then Florence and us, we can go ahead and set something up so that all of us can be in touch. As soon as we take the first break, we'll introduce.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Good job.
Very well done.
You could be a goalkeeper.
You should play cricket more often.
Yeah.
nice reflex.
That's good. The rest of yours is just good.
So this one is perfect. If you work on that, either one is good. Yeah. Okay. Next one.
Okay. Anyone who hasn't given us one of these? Sweet. Okay, so are we good for a break then, Salim?
Sure.
Cool. So it's 10:25, and we're good for a break at this point. What we'll do is our short breaks are going to be 15 minutes each, and I'll show you where they will be. Our short breaks are going to be here and here, right? We will have a long 1 hour break at this point, right, in the afternoon, which is going to be for lunch. Lunch is catered, right? Lunch will be here. So lunch will be here. You don't have to go anywhere. So we can all have lunch together and we can gossip about work. So that might be an interesting side effect. Okay, so this break is 15 minutes, and ice creamable offenses get reported from this point on. So it's 10:25. Let's try to be back by 10:40. Yeah? If you're going out.
Was there coffee in there? Yeah, there's coffee.
Yes, you can, of course.
It's coffee behind the parking lot.
Okay.
Richie Rich, bring the money.
Nobody.
Will you bring me the money so
This guy is like 50 years old.
bring me the time.
Of course, what we'll do is that's the reason why I will call it your home address is that as we'll start to share the software developer and we just ran this program in Nairobi, so I'm doing just about to our commitment is to share all the materials with you. But we won't share it in advance, we'll share it right after.
Languages?
Just so that you don't give away what's happening in the session. So what you discover is that every session is very hands-on, very activity-driven. And so that a lot of stuff that you will learn in everyone else's company. If you were to read up everything beforehand, it may not help your learning as language. But we promise to share pretty much everything.
Yes, we have every continent except South Antarctica. So we have offices here. That's not a bad idea.
I would support you.
So you want to interview us? Or you want to be interviewed by us? So you want us to interview you in the market? That's actually not a bad idea. So why don't you put up a vote for that? So you don't forget. It's an awesome idea. I'm sure I won't forget. I only remember things that are. So that's a great idea.
I also wanted to say that this US so they had
we actually don't have any concrete plans, but what did you have in mind? Accra? That's an awesome thing. Actually, so Florence and we were having dinner last night. We were talking about specifically like a hack night or a code jam or something like that. So I don't know what, I didn't know, I mean I'm new here, so I don't know how people's evenings are, but it would be awesome if you could do that over an evening. That would be an awesome idea. Thanks for that. Yeah, definitely if you can start that process and a couple of people wrote out networking with other people as a whole, which is awesome.
You and Elijah have put in your email addresses as well.
Just line up. Yeah, let's do that.
So guys, you guys want to be cool. Where's your building?
Here? No. We have offices in the US, which is in Chicago, in India we have
I think the
so you were suggesting about a project, the exact thing I was talking about. I hope there. We should definitely try to do something in the evening, which obviously if there is interest in the group. And also, if you mentioned a mock interview,
or maybe a project.
You can make a project again. Yeah, that's what
The first thing is it's a long.
we obviously have to make a game out of it and make it shorter, but something we can mull over and talk about before. Oh, so you have 3 of your friends interviewed with us? Thanks for those ideas.
Yes, I think the mock interviews will perhaps have to be outside of office hours.
Yeah, that's what.
More lunch, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, we'll think about it and we'll see. Those are good ideas we can probably make into our schedule.
Whatever.
For immediate help.